Who am I? Or rather, who are you? My cleaning help reminded me the other day when she told me that she started reading the book that I gave to her, which I recommend anyone who's listening to these videos. Well, I recommend it to anyone reading, but not everyone might be ready or interested in it. The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. It's an incredible book. It's eye-opening. It's very accessible and asks some really deep questions, but in a very accessible way. And so she reminded me that one of the chapters is called Who Am I? And so for you, who are you? The question is, you have a name. I'm gonna make my example. I'm Vincent. Okay, that's just a name, a label. I associate and identify with. I'm a man. I had a certain life, certain career, but then again, like if that's me, then 20 years ago I was someone different. So when you start like describing yourself kind of in a normal way, the job you do, the life you have, etc., then that's might be the current you, but 10 years ago was someone different, and 10 years in the future the answers will be different. So are you still the same person? And so when we explore who we really are by going deeper, not just staying on the surface of kind of a descriptive superficial assessment of who we are, what hair color we have, the height we have, the age, etc., we start realizing, okay, it becomes clear, like, who am I actually? And once you can answer this question in a more profound way, it will deliver answers for so many questions you ask yourself daily, because it will help you to gain something that I think is paramount. And the question, and we spend way too little, or some people never actually ask this question, of gaining clarity. Like clarity, what is your life about? What are you about? What are you interested in, and why? And so once you gain clarity, you remove doubt, and all the daily decisions you have to make become so much easier. And the key part of it is understanding who you are, and why are you who you are, and what makes you who you are, and do you want to be that person, etc. So I can encourage you, I think it's chapter 3 in the book, if you want to go straight to that question, but it's an incredible book to read as a whole. It was transformative for me. It's the book I've given the most away. And so if I know you and it's your birthday, there's a good chance you will get this book. Because I think it's the most beautiful birthday present you can make, assuming that or one of the most beautiful, assuming that you end up reading it. And if you listen to this and I don't know you and your birthday is not soon, buy it and read it. It's an incredible book. You have to go in with an open mind and really ask the deep questions. Otherwise, you will just brush over it, or let kind of the deep questions sink in. Otherwise, you might just read a minute and say, like, kind of what's the message. I had friends telling me, like, okay, I don't get the point. Yeah, because you didn't read it properly. Meaning you have to have the open mind to kind of ask these really deep questions and go, again, who are you is not just your age and gender and how you look like and what you do, but it's much deeper. And so when you're ready to do that, this book will open up an incredible, like, new world. And that's kind of a step into beginning what I kind of call transformation, kind of getting, starting to really understand life from a different plane, from a kind of non-scarcity, full of opportunity type of plane. And that just changes how you go through life and how life feels to you. And it's not only, obviously it's a longer journey, but this book was a key part while I was already kind of midst into this spiritual and self-exploration journey, and that just helped me to get onto the next level. It's like the kind of journey of self and understanding self. While most of us are too busy to ever ask these questions, these are the really key questions we should be asking, rather than all the other questions. What are you going to have for dinner, or where are you going on holiday? These are all irrelevant questions. Once you answer the key questions, all the answers to the other questions just come to you. They're like, it's a bit like like laying or understanding the foundation or the root cause, then all the other things are just symptoms or derivatives of it. And so this self-exploration, self-getting to know journey, understanding how we work, function, what life is about, is not an easy path, as in like you will have to unravel lots of stuff, but it's a super empowering and freeing and of so much insight. I think it's still, I mean, every day still of it fascinates me. I learn something new about myself, of how to look at things, and it's really never ending. And it shouldn't be, because that's the fun part also. We're way too much focused off always getting to somewhere. Well, actually the journey is what needs to be enjoyed, because that's where you will spend all your time on this journey. When you get somewhere, you just be there for a moment, and then you go on to the next thing. That's kind of one of the ironies of life, that we always, from kind of the scarcity evolutionary mindset, we always want to kind of get all the eggs in our basket, get everything done. But then when we do that, people enter into kind of a midlife crisis. Not everyone, of course, but you kind of did everything by the book, and then suddenly you find yourself like stuck in the same daily routine, and it feels like, to some people at least, like a prison. And the reason is that it's not about arriving. It never is about arriving. Life is about continuous evolution, continuous development. It's you never arrive, because once you arrive somewhere, you want to go next. That's also how our mind is wired. We can learn to be able to just stop, but if you don't go down that spiritual journey and never explore that, you will always have this kind of rat race, and then whenever you get to the next thing, you will say, okay, I got this now, next thing, because our mind is basically rewarding us or gives us the craving to achieve something or to get somewhere, and then we get a quick reward, but then it's already kind of, it dissipates very quickly, because obviously from an evolutionary perspective it makes sense that you don't stop and kind of chill and enjoy. So your mind will never stop, chill and enjoy, no matter what you have. If you're going for money, you get to 100,000, then a million, 10 million, 100 million, then a billion, it doesn't matter. Like, it's infinite, that journey. Or career or love, all of that, we constantly want more. And so starting to enjoy this journey and also understanding of what matters to us will help you to kind of get out of that rat race and realize that it's completely insane. Or do it from a different place. Like you kind of start enjoying the journey, and of course you like to see progress, but you will not anymore be dependent. And that kind of ties in. So this video is really about a lot of things, I realize, but that kind of ties in with the Vipassana teaching, or the Eightfold Buddhist Path, where components of it is finding equanimity, so not have craving for things anymore, and not have aversions to other things anymore. You just accept. If it were to start to rain now, you just accept it, because you can now say, oh, why is it raining? Why is it raining? This always happens to me. Or you can just there's nothing you can do about it. Just accept it, and you actually find beauty in the rain. It's like, yeah, it's actually not that bad. Okay, I get wet, but I can change, right? And so that's equanimity, and the other part is awareness of why. So you would be aware of getting annoyed, and the awareness of it will allow you to stop, because getting annoyed, there's no point in getting annoyed, right? You will just harm yourself, as in you will be in pain, and you will suffer, but nothing will change. It will still rain, you will just annoyed, and so it's completely pointless. And awareness will allow you to touch into that, see how this creeps up on you, and then just say, no, actually, thank you, I don't want that. I don't want to be annoyed now, and this will do you a huge favor. So many topics today. Read that book. I have a whole book list on my website, which I'm continuously extending under inspiration, and that book is there as well. And I kind of listed them also, kind of like from easy to kind of more advanced, and just explore them, and life will never be the same again.